What's up, guys? It's Coach Matt with our Saturday workout. Got a big chipper for you. Anytime we have a large number of reps, a chipper like this today, I want you to just consider the total volume and make a smart decision for yourself that is not ridiculous, right? So a lot of times people will see this workout and they will say, well, there's nothing in there I can do, or they will say that's too many reps, some other disqualifying statement, and then they'll just say, I'm staying home, I'm going to get donuts, I'm gonna go whatever, right? And they'll, leave off their workout for the day when they actually could have done something, right, that would have been productive for them. And that is the role of the communication and the coach to help figure out exactly what that right amount is for you on any day, right? So if you would just start off from the mindset of coach for the morning is going to help me achieve the right exercise stimulus with this kind of template as my guide, right? And where there's umpteen or infinite amount of configurations or scaling and modification that we can do to get you a really, really good workout that's not too crazy and not too easy, okay? That's the point every single day. Okay, so let's begin with 3 minutes of your choice warm-up pace cardio, and then we'll get a couple like play around rounds, skin the cat. I would like to say this is the coach's challenge, right? It's skin the cat. Other exercises you can do with the rings that are not, you don't have to do any flippy, twisty stuff, is just walk forward, right? And then walk underneath the ring like this. So you're getting stretch on your shoulders, and then you can kind of walk out of it, right? And then you can do the same thing, walk backward, stretch those shoulders out on the back side of it, right? Just play with different tension angles on the rings. And then the skin the cat, I'm actually gonna do a somersault while hanging from the rings. And the only thing here is you make sure like there's enough distance away from the floor that I'm not gonna hit my head. And then I'll try to tap my toes on the back and then back through to the front like that. If that flippy stuff is a little bit intimidating, but you're willing to try it, you wanna do your first one, the way I like to do it is walking backwards until my head is close to underneath the rings like that. And then I can do a little somersault like that forward, okay? That's my skin the cat. It's really good for loosening up the shoulders, getting the shoulders ready for pull-ups. We'll still set up the pull-ups separately, but that's just a good intro for how to do it. Next one is for hips. So we'll do a knee hug. Am I losing my balance, I swear. All right, knee hug to an internal and external rotation, and you can kind of help those positions out with your arms if you want to. Knee hug, internal, external rotation. Oh yeah, doing the skin the cats and then trying to do balance work right afterward is definitely gonna throw you for a loop a little bit. All right, the last one, a little more shoulders, plate, halo, and punch, right? So I'll start off in a nice athletic stance. The halo, the plate goes all the way around my head, and then I'm gonna pivot and punch out. And then the other direction, plate, halo, pivot, and punch out. Halo, pivot, and punch, right? This is a 10-pound plate, it's pretty easy. 15's a little harder, 25 be a little bit aggressive. If you want to do in between, you could stack two 10-pound plates together on that. Should warm up the shoulders as well as getting a good pivot around your head with your shoulders every time you do that. After we finish that, we're going to take each of the different exercises, set up and test, okay? So you're going to have your jump rope for our double unders. You're going to have our weight and our step up location, right? So I've got a 30 or 44 and a 26 and either a bench or a box to step up on. When you do your step ups, it's like somewhere around knee height is the goal, right? You do not need to do like a 30-inch box where your knee is like way up higher. I'd like to see when you step up that your thigh is about parallel to the ground when you do that. Same item for your weight as you use for your kettlebell swing, American kettlebell swings. Then set up your pull-up station, whether you need like a band or a bar for jumping pull-ups, any of those are fine. And then rings or a matador for your dips, okay? So the way the workout will work is for a chipper, that means you have to do all of the reps of one exercise before you go on to the next one. So there's no rounds, there's just one big round, right? The first exercise is double unders or 2-for-1 singles, right? So this is my jump rope where I'm jumping. Yep, jump in 1, 2, 3. Those are my singles. Doubles will be where I go 2 spins. Yep, and some days are like that, right? Where you I know how to do these, but it takes me a little while to warm into them, right? So in case anyone ever felt bad about tripping on your double unders, I guarantee you I've tripped over more double unders than you have. Promise. All right, next one is weighted step ups. So now you can hold this weight anywhere you want to, out at the side. You can let it rest up on top of your shoulder if you want to, but think using one leg to drive up and not touching the other one to the top of the box, right? Then use the other leg to drive up and not touching the other one to the top of the box, okay? One leg only at a time when you finish all those step ups, and that's 80 total, so 40 per leg, right? Next one is American kettlebell swings, so all the way up over your head at the top. Ideally, you get to a position at the top where your arms are in line with your body and you're not letting your rib cage flare away or getting your head behind your hands, okay? At the top position of the American kettlebell swing, the bottom of the kettlebell should be pointed at the ceiling, right? Not like this, the kettlebell pointed out to the side, right? And the purpose of that is you can kind of tell when you're using your hips to generate that momentum upward versus your shoulders and your arms. And usually it will be seen by the angle of the handle of the kettlebell relative to your forearm. So the handle of the kettlebell should always be in line with my forearm when I'm swinging it. Next one will be pull-ups. So this is, for today, anyhow pull-ups. So if you can do a large number of kipping pull-ups, right, using your hips to get that body up over, chin over, and arms straight at the bottom, that's fine. If you need to do like a little bit lower and do a jumping pull-up, those are fine too. If you want to do strict pull-ups, be my guest. It's going to slow you way down, but that's totally fine. I would say whatever resistance level you choose, make sure, at least on your first set, that you can get more than 10 reps. And that's usually an appropriate resistance level for a workout like this. Next one will be dips. I'll demo on the rings, but you could also use Matador. The dip is a body weight pushing exercise that emphasizes the shoulders, the chest, and the triceps, right? So for me, if I was gonna set this up for unassisted dips, this is about the right height, because when I'm in the bottom of the dip position, my feet are not touching the ground, right? And then I press up to straight arms, try to keep my hands tight to my body and my thumbs turned out slightly, and then back down at the bottom, my shoulders are below my elbows, okay? That's our dip. Looks exactly the same on the Matador. The rings just add a stability demand to the exercise, which makes them significantly more difficult than the Matador, okay? Now, the trick on this one is every 3 minutes, coach is gonna go 3, 2, 1, squats, and wherever you're at within this whole workout, you gotta stop what you're doing, remember the number that you're on, and you're gonna take your kettlebell and you're gonna do 10 reps of a goblet squat, okay? 10 goblet squats, and then go back to what you were doing until we are completed with the entire workout, okay? So every 3 minutes, 10 goblet squats. And that is the whole workout for today. And that's the end of the week. And what is today? It's the 30th. So look out for a Fun Hero workout on the 1st, and I'll see you guys next week.